We have all been there, deep into an intense mobile game, when your phone suddenly feels like a tiny hot plate, slowing down and ruining the fun. What if a smartphone company finally decided to put an actual, honest-to-goodness fan inside the phone to fix that? For years, Oppo has carved out a name for themselves focusing on elegant design and cutting-edge camera tech in their smartphones. But with mobile gaming exploding, particularly in places like India, they are making a bold pivot. They have just launched their first ever dedicated gaming phone, the Oppo K13 Turbo Pro, and it comes with a solution to our biggest mobile gaming headache: heat. We know modern mobile chipsets are incredibly powerful, capable of running even demanding PC titles. The challenge, though, is maintaining that performance. These devices quickly heat up and then throttle back their speed after just a few minutes, especially when you are pushing those graphics-intensive games. Oppo is trying to tackle this head-on by actually packing a dedicated cooling fan into the K13 Turbo Pro. The big question, of course, is, does this extra piece of hardware make a noticeable real-world difference? I have been living with the K13 Turbo Pro as my primary phone for a few weeks now, and my experience with Oppo's first mid-range gaming entrant has been interesting. First, let's talk about the look. The K13 Turbo Pro is not as flashy as some of its gaming-focused rivals. It embraces a more understated, futuristic vibe. The rear panel, particularly on the Silver Knight version I had, sports these cool geometric patterns with a matte finish. This not only looks good, but also gives you an excellent grip, which is crucial during those intense gaming sessions. The phone feels pretty solid and boxy, much like a modern flagship, and it has a flat AMOLED screen on the front. Oppo has cleverly integrated the cooling fan's exhaust vents along the side, right above the volume controls, making them part of the design. We also get excellent water resistance, an IPX6, IPX8, and IPX9 rating, meaning it can easily handle rain or even high-pressure water jets. We do miss official dust resistance, which is a bit of a bummer if you tend to drop your phone in the sand, but I definitely appreciate the waterproofing. The 6.8-inch flat AMOLED screen is bright enough for outdoor use, even directly under the sun, though it is not going to break any brightness records. What really struck me, though, is how comfortable it remains to hold. Even during 2-hour gaming sessions, the weight distribution felt great, and that excellent grip made a huge difference. Under the hood, the Oppo K13 Turbo Pro runs on the Snapdragon 8's Gen 4 chipset. This chip is not the absolute fastest on the market, but it is certainly more than enough for anyone seeking a performance-centric device. It will run the latest titles at the highest possible settings without lagging for years to come. I threw everything at it: Grid Legends, Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Karks, Street, and Wreckfest. All of them comfortably hit around the 60 frames per second mark. The real surprise? The phone never heated up to the point of discomfort. To really test that cooling fan, I ran a 15-minute CPU throttling test, first without the fan, and then with it running at full speed. The results showed the fan definitely works under heavy workloads. Without the fan, the chipset throttled to 73% of its performance. But when I cranked the fan to full speed, it only throttled to 82%. While that percentage difference might not seem huge on paper, I absolutely noticed the fan dissipating a lot of heat. It is like having a radiator in a race car. It keeps the engine from overheating and losing power, even if it does not inherently make the engine more powerful. Interestingly, a competitor like the Poco F7 throttles less without a fan, but during prolonged gaming sessions, I found the Poco F7 got much hotter than the Oppo K13 Turbo Pro. So, the fan helps maintain comfort and prevent that burning sensation in your hand. Now, let's talk software. Here, the K13 Turbo Pro hits a bit of a snag. It ships with ColorOS 15, based on Android 15, which is incredibly smooth and stable. Juggling apps, editing photos, or switching from an intense game to messaging felt snappy and seamless. I never encountered any issues. However, Oppo has only committed to 2 OS updates. With Android 16 just around the corner, this effectively means your last major update comes next year. Compared to competitors like the Poco F7, which offer 3 or even 4 years of updates, this feels like a real oversight for a phone you might want to keep for its gaming prowess. We really hope Oppo rethinks this policy. As for the camera, The Oppo K13 Turbo Pro features a single 50-megapixel lens tucked into a pill-shaped island on the back. It looks like it might have two sensors, but the bottom hole with the LED notification is actually the inlet vent for the cooling fan. Since this is a gaming phone, we do not typically expect a top-tier camera setup, but I did wish for at least an ultra-wide shooter, even an 8-megapixel one. The 50-megapixel lens takes great photos in daylight, and nighttime shots are decent. You get a 2x digital zoom, but it is essentially just cropping in on a 1x shot. If you frequently take pictures and value a versatile camera, this phone is definitely not for you. You have tons of better options out there. But then there is the battery, and this is where the Oppo K13 Turbo Pro absolutely shines. It packs a massive 7,000 mAh silicon carbon battery. That is like having a small power bank built right into your phone. It easily lasts you more than a full day, even under heavy use. My typical day involves hours of music streaming on mobile data, instant messaging, social media, web browsing, an hour of video, a couple of hours of gaming, and navigating busy city streets. Even with all that, the phone consistently had 20 to 30% battery left by midnight. I reliably got over 7 hours of screen-on time, an experience I have not had on any other device. The K13 Turbo Pro genuinely ended my battery anxiety, and it offers the best battery backup I have ever experienced on an Android phone. And when you finally do need to top up, the included 80-watt charger gets you back to full in about an hour. So, is the Oppo K13 Turbo Pro worth buying? It clearly caters to a very specific, somewhat small, segment of the smartphone market, dedicated mobile gamers. For the average user, the compromises, particularly on camera and software updates, mean there are better all-around alternatives. But if you are a mobile gamer who spends hours immersed in demanding titles, if you prioritize epic battery life that outlasts your longest sessions, and if you want a phone that stays comfortably cool under pressure, then the Oppo K13 Turbo Pro is absolutely a solid choice. If it offered more OS updates and an ultra-wide camera, this would be the gaming phone I would recommend sticking with for years to come. But even with those downsides, it is an impressive gaming device by 2025 standards. It forces us to ask, what do we truly value in a smartphone built for play? Join the conversation and tell us your thoughts in the comments, or find us on social media. And for more deep dives into the latest tech, make sure you subscribe to our channel.